So this whole area used to be part of this building right here, but they tore all of it down, as you can see right there. That used to be a wall. Back there used to be a wall. You get the point. But they tore it down, and I'm not sure if they're gonna build it back up. There's just a ton of bricks and concrete all over the place. Maybe these guys are gonna build.
Running routine for super beginners, good luck. This is pretty much for anyone that hates running. Day one, this is a running routine if you're in the army. Good luck. Day one, we're starting.
Tell me you're a runner without telling me you're a runner. I'll go first.
Hey, wanna go? You know what blew my mind when I started following a run program? I thought that the day after a long run, you would, I don't know.
So I've been more into running recently, and by recently I mean the past year and a half or something like that. And I've always kind of been into running, but I really decided to commit to putting miles down for a couple of reasons. The biggest one, just because I felt like my health was kind of slipping and I wanted to kind of get back in shape, and running is a great way to do that. One of the main reasons that I actually enjoy running is because it kind of lets me think about things that are going on in my life and things that are going on in the world, and it kind of gives me an escape from stressful things or just life in general. I thought about this on my run today. I literally run away from my problems. Now obviously I have to come back and face those problems after I get back from a run, but running for me, and one of the reasons I do it, is so that I can kind of sort out those difficult situations and those difficult life problems that everybody has on my runs. Now, I've had a couple of friends ask me, like, that want to get into running. They ask me, how do I start? Because when I start and I get like to 100 feet down the road, I'm just miserable and I just want it to stop, and I'm looking forward to stopping. How do I get to a place where I actually enjoy it and I actually look forward to it, instead of dreading it every time I have to go for a run? A couple of things, and there's a lot of people that have said this, and it's true, and that's why a lot of people have said it. The first one being, whenever you start something new, it's always gonna be hard and difficult because there's gonna be a learning curve. Same thing with running. You may think that you can just like start and just run, but you have to like condition your body, you have to watch how you actually run, how you pace yourself, how you prepare for a run, both like hydration and warming your muscles up properly, how you stretch after a run. There's the whole bunch of things that have to go into it. But for the complete noob for running, you want to start and you just don't know how, I would say don't go based off of distance, don't go based off of mile time or anything like that. Just go for, can I run for 10 minutes straight without stopping? And then once you hit that, can I run for 20 minutes straight without stopping? And kind of go up to that. And then once you hit about an hour of being able to run continuously without stopping, then start to consider, should I like be increasing my mile time? What does it kind of look like? How far do I actually want to run? all of that kind of stuff. Because once you hit around that mark, then your body's conditioned enough to start to be able to push, and you're actually gonna be enjoying the runs instead of just hating them every step of the way. There's a lot more to it than that, like I said, like pacing and how you actually run, your strat of your run, all of that stuff. But just to start off completely brand new, never have done this or taken it seriously, just start with running times. The reason that I bring this up is one, like I said, I was on a run today and I was thinking about that, but two, let me show you. These are my running shoes right here. And typically, running shoes for me last about like 6-ish months if I'm running every single day, or if I'm running every other day, then they last a little bit longer. If you look, you can kind of tell all the tread on the toes is kind of gone, and then basically the bottoms of the shoes are starting to go. And I can normally tell when a shoe is basically done, when my back starts to hurt or my knees start to give me problems, and those are both starting to happen. I'm gonna need to get new running shoes, is basically what all of this is saying. With all that, I actually have to start editing a couple of things, and I thought that I would try something new today instead of the normal setup that I do for video editing. Okay, so I have my iPad Pro right here and my Samsung T7 hard drive. So what I've been doing recently, because I spend a lot of time in like Premiere or video editing softwares making this content, and then also making wedding videos for my wife and I's business, I look for ways to change my routine up because I get really bored really fast, and me sitting at a laptop or a desktop all day can get really boring really quickly. I've been experimenting with my iPad and editing videos. We use Lightroom on our iPads to edit photos, and it's great. It's so convenient and it works really well. The fact that you have the Apple Pencil mixed with this, great combination. It's very tactile. It feels like you're very involved with the edit more than like a mouse and a keyboard. Basically what I want is I want that for video. And an app that I've been using recently, Lumafusion, which if you don't have Lumafusion, it's like $30 on the App Store, and I highly recommend trying it out if you have an iPad and you make videos. Just for the convenience factor of being able to like make Instagram stories or TikToks or anything else. All of my TikToks that I make are done from my iPad, not my computer. Just because it's really convenient and you can airdrop it to your phone, or you can just have TikTok on here and post it directly from the iPad. So if you don't have it, I recommend it. Best $30 I've spent in a long time. Now, before this becomes a ad for Lumafusion or an iPad, I just want to say these work great and they're really convenient, but you can also get the same kind of editing done on iMovie, which is free for your iPad and your laptop. Alright, I figured I would kind of walk you through how I get a project started. This isn't going to be like an in-depth step-by-step review. I'll make another video just doing that later on. This is just going to be an overview of Lumafusion and how I get a project started in the program. Alright, so before I do anything, you obviously have to plug your hard drive in. And the reason I use a hard drive for this stuff instead of editing off of my internal storage on my iPad is one, there's more room. This is a 128 iPad Pro. This hard drive is a 1 terabyte, so there's a lot more space. And two, if the clips are stored on my hard drive, I can plug this into my iPad and access my footage, or I can plug it into a computer and access my footage versus having to transfer everything from my iPad to another device if I wanted to use a desktop for a project or something. Okay, so I'm at my home page. I only have 2 pages on my iPad, but I'm at the home page, and I'm going to open Lumafusion, which is in the corner. And right now, this opens up to my project folder, basically. So if I want to add a new project, I just can go down to the bottom left corner and hit the plus button. And now I can title my project whatever I want. just title it video, and then you hit the plus button to add it. Boom, and now I have a brand new project open. Now I need to drag some clips in, and I need to select where I want those clips to come from. So to do that, I'm gonna go up to the top left on the little star, like sunflower shape. Click on that, go to Files, and then you'll see it says John's T7. I'm gonna select that. Then I'll go to Video Projects, that's where I have my stuff housed. And then I'll select any content, choose the raw. Boom, and now this is all of the raw footage from this camera. And the nice thing about this, since I'm shooting in 4K on a R6, for Premiere I have to make proxies for everything so that my computer doesn't die trying to scrub through everything. With the M1 chip on the new iPads, it just scrubs through it flawlessly. So all I have to do is just drag and drop, and I can start editing right away, which speeds the workflow up a lot. So to do that, I'm just going to click and hold, drag down, boom, and now you can see I can scrub through my footage super easy, and there's no hiccups at all. That's honestly probably my favorite part of this whole thing, because making proxies takes a lot of time. And I mean, if you have it built into the project, like what we do is we'll make the proxies overnight, or we'll go grab lunch or something like that while the computer's making the proxy. So it's not terrible, but sometimes you just want to get right into an edit, and this allows you to do that, versus Premiere, you can't really do that. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to scrub through and find where I want my clip to start. Looks like I talked to the camera right there. So I'm gonna scrub back to where I'm just out of frame, and then I'm gonna hit the scissor button right here in the bottom of the iPad, and then I'm just going to go ahead and delete the footage before that because I don't need it by hitting the little trash can icon. And now you'll notice the clip starts right where we made that cut. Oh, and before I do that, okay, so I want to cut some of that space right there where I say "and." So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to play, and so I want it to end like right there. So I'm gonna hit the scissor button, and I can do this a couple of ways. You can do the traditional go to the beginning or where you want the clip to pick up and hit the scissor button and then just delete this section right here. Or what you can do with Lumafusion, which is kind of cool, is you can just select this clip and drag it to where you want it to be. And now, and before I do that, I have to clean up all the, you have a jump cut. Super easy. Not very hard at all. And if you ever need to undo something, you can just hit this back arrow on the right side and that'll fix it. Or if you want to redo something, you'll hit the forward arrow. So basically I'll do that throughout the entire project. And then if I want to add some music behind it, I'm just going to do the same exact thing that I did to import the footage. I'm just going to go to Video Projects, and I'm gonna find some music that I have stored on my hard drive. And like I said, this isn't something that I use all the time. It's just something that if I'm like sitting in the car, or I'm sitting somewhere where a laptop's not gonna be comfortable, or I just wanna change up my workflow, then this is a great option for that. If you wanna get started and you don't wanna use iMovie, or you felt like you've kind of outgrown iMovie, Lumafusion's great, and for 30 bucks, I mean, you really can't beat it. 30 bucks isn't that much. For everything that you get with Lumafusion and everything, like, that's a killer deal. So, I honestly just bought it because I was interested in it, and I ended up enjoying working in it, so now I edit a good portion of my videos for this channel on this guy.